TNA Wrestling. Cross the line.
I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's been a lot of changes here at TNA.
This is where Hulk Hogan and his legacy are going to live forever.
We're at a whole new level, baby.
Who's this Desmond Wolf? And where'd he come from?
The future of the wrestling business is in our hands now, Hulkamaniacs.
This is the future of TNA Wrestling, Jesse Neal.
Not only the fans will go where Hulk Hogan goes, I've proved that the talent in this wrestling business isn't far behind.
Hulk comes back, he's not coming along.
Let's make this work. All for one, one for all. Just make sure you stay on the line of fire.
Everybody has choices to make, like the choice Dixie Carter made when she chose not to inform me that Hulk Hogan was coming into TNA.
When you pick a fight, you gotta pick a good one.
Good God, that's a massive victory for Daniels.
This is gonna be one heck of a wild ride.
Turkey Day edition of Impact. Who will emerge victorious in the TNA Championship Series? Who will earn a title shot? And what championship will it be? We'll answer all those questions tonight.
There is a festive holiday atmosphere in the Impact Zone. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. It's Mike Tenay, it's Taz, and we're at ringside, and welcome to a very special edition of Impact.
Well, a golden opportunity for 8 very fortunate TNA wrestlers, and it's happening tonight. And Mike, here's the breakdown of the tournament.
And Taz, the TNA star who wins the championship series, is certainly going to earn it. One man must win 3 matches in one night to cash in the title shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a first-round match in the TNA Championship Series that is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Crystal from Colorado Springs, Colorado, the Boss, Bobby Lashley!
Taz, do you think that Bobby Lashley can direct his energy and his focus on tonight's TNA Championship Series tournament while he is in the middle of a very heated and very personal rivalry with Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner?
Yeah, Mike, to answer your question, I do. I think Bobby Lashley is intelligent enough and focused enough as a pro athlete to do just that and focus on this tournament and the task at hand. It's a great opportunity at the end of the road, whoever wins this tournament tonight.
His opponent stands 16 inches tall. He weighs 350 pounds. He is the monster.
The random draw format of the TCS lends itself to unique and intriguing matchups just like this one. Have to question whether Abyss could be 100% tonight. Can he be fully recovered from the beating at the hands of Raven and Dr. Stevie last week on Impact?
Oh, no, it's a great question, Mike. We saw Abyss, as he was walking out here, grab at his neck, his throat area. I mean, what Raven and Dr. Stevie did, I mean, they basically hung the man. I mean, to be really frank, they hung the man with, like, I think it was a cable wire and extension cord of sorts, right?
Yeah, like an electrical cord. They choked the life out of Abyss in the process. They damaged his neck and his windpipe.
Well, they didn't choke the life out of him, but I get your point, Mike. Because otherwise he wouldn't be here on Turkey Day. Right or wrong? I'm just asking. I'm just saying. Oh!
Abyss, Bobby Lashley, both fighting for a shot at the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, just like 5 of the 8 competitors who randomly drew into the TCS. Suicide and Homicide, they're trying to gain an X Division title match. Robert Roode, a TNA Tag Team title shot. Those would be the 3 exceptions.
And Mike, to your point earlier about intriguing matchups that this TCS will bring here, we're going to clash of styles between Abyss right now and Bobby Lashley. You can't get 2 athletes further apart than each other in these 2.
No, but one thing that they have in common, it's that both like to employ a power game style of wrestling. And I think it's not often when Bobby Lashley or Abyss goes into a match when their opponent is so willing to go move for move, strike for strike, just like that.
And you spoke of power. Well, we just saw the power of Abyss with a clothesline just dropping the boss.
Taz, if you will, take us inside the wrestler's approach to a tournament matchup. First, the mental preparation as you prepare for potentially 3 matches in one night.
Well, obviously, cardiovascular training, endurance is key. And I think that's where it's in the favor of an athlete the level of a Bobby Lashley because of all the years he's wrestled as an amateur. He's used to being in tournaments, as is a Kurt Angle, who we'll see later on. So I think anybody with an extensive amateur background has an advantage in any type of a tournament setting.
Guess when you're talking about the physical aspect as well, you want to win as quick as possible and probably do the least damage to your own body in the process.
Well, absolutely. You potentially could have, what, 3 matches here tonight. So, you don't want to be beaten down and worn down. You don't want to get paid by the hour here. You want to win and move on.
Abyss continues that beat down of the boss, and I think that the Monster had good intentions last week, protecting his tag team partner, Mick Foley, who, by the way, still recovering from that Raven Fireball. I don't think it was that well thought out in terms of strategy by Abyss last week, but this big-time bear hug in the middle of the ring is wearing down the boss.
Well, it's a basic fundamental move like a bear hug, but extremely effective when you're a man, a monster the size of Abyss. Over 6 foot, what is this guy? Like 6'9", 6'10"?
6'8", 350 pounds.
I knew he had a couple inches on me, I figured that.
Just a couple.
And he's taller than me.
Lashley gonna try and fight back, and that's one way to power out of the bear hug. The headbutts, and here comes this toe hold. Oh, and look at this. He dropped neck first, windpipe first, right on the steel cable, right on the rope, and that goes back to last week and the hanging at the hands of Dr. Stevie and Raven.
And following up with a clothesline and then a forearm right to the throat by Lashley is not going to help Abyss in this match. Watch out!
The boss! Elbow caught him on the way in.
Look at the power!
Whoa! God, 350 pounds in the air with ease as the boss connects with the spine buster.
Very stout is Bobby Lashley. Look at the quickness. Clothesline right over the top. Abyss sailing out. But he ended up on his feet, Mike.
Able to hook the leg and drag Lashley out with him on the floor. The exchange right out here in front of us. Wait a minute, Crystal Lashley. She just got caught as Abyss reared back the punch. I think his elbow took her down.
I think inadvertently, yeah. Abyss.
She's favoring her ankle.
She's lucky that her teeth didn't get knocked out, her being Crystal. But yeah, I mean, Crystal, I think, was just trying to help her husband out.
Well, TNA officials gave Bobby Lashley the clearance to have his wife Crystal out here at ringside for these matches tonight, and she gets involved right in this opening first-round bout.
I think Abyss just realized what he did, and he did it by accident.
Oh! Spear takes the monster down. Gonna go for the Dragon Sleeper.
Oh, man, he's got Abyss where he wants him, especially with the throat condition that Abyss has been dealing with. No choice for Abyss but to tap. Well, there you have it. Bobby Lashley advances, and Crystal...
Kind of a miracle recovery.
Well, by Crystal, her ankle. Maybe she just... I don't know. But anyway, congratulations to Bobby Lashley for advancing.
You know, Mick, I was thinking, maybe Hulk Hogan coming to TNA Wrestling isn't such a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not bad for you because you're a Hulkamaniac.
Well, maybe, but you yourself told me when you came...
I'm sure Hulk's got a picture of you on his office wall, too.
Mick, when you came here to TNA Wrestling, you said yourself it was your goal to make TNA Wrestling the #1 wrestling company in the world. I think Hulk Hogan coming here does that.
If it's such a great thing, JB, then why was it done in such a clandestine manner?
Clandestine.
Secretive.
You mean the press conference at Madison Square Garden, Larry King, Howard Stern, Jimmy Fallon, Bubba the Love Sponge, clandestine?
Let me ask you about Bubba. This conversation between Hulk and Bubba, it was done one-on-one, private, like, oh, dude, Bubba, it's me, Hulkster, I'm coming to TNA?
No, it was done as a radio show. Bubba Harmon.
All right, now it makes sense. So not only was Bubba the Love Sponge informed before the executive shareholder, but Bubba's listeners as well.
Mick, everybody got a memo, okay? Everybody knew at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not a memo guy, JB. I'm Mick Foley. I'm the executive shareholder. I should have been better informed.
Yeah, Dixie's been very busy. I'm sure it was an honest oversight. Just get past it, Mick.
You know what I think, JB? I think it stinks. I think the whole thing stinks. And you heard what Kevin Nash said. He said Hulk Hogan is not coming in alone. I've got more experience than you, JB, and I'm not talking about fire and thumbtacks and barbed wire. I'm talking about the seamy underbelly of this business, the backstabbing, the politics. And you know what? If there's anybody who knows about backstabbing and politics and the seamy underbelly of this business, it's Kurt Angle. And that's who I'm going to talk to.
Well, I think I know you well enough to know I think you're being a little obsessive about this.
I'm going to talk to Kurt Angle.
I don't know, Mike, what do you think? You think paranoia is getting the best of Mick Foley?
He's obsessed, isn't he?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following first-round contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, Suicide!
The masked man of mystery, a former X Division champion, fighting tonight in the TCS for a title match against the current title holder, Amazing Red. If Suicide is to advance, he must beat the newcomer who's taken TNA by storm.
His opponent from London, England, Desmond Wolf.
Got to look at Desmond Wolf as a favorite to win this whole tournament here tonight, Mike, in my view.
You know, it's one thing to arrive in TNA and make your name at the expense of Kurt Angle, but to me, it's another to compete like Desmond Wolf did against Kurt Angle back at Turning Point.
And there's no confidence problem in the young and aggressive and already credible Desmond Wolf. Completely cocky, always focused. Suicide knows he's in for a long night, possibly, at the hands of the Wolf.
Think of the impact that Desmond Wolf could have in the TCS, win this championship series, and be in line for a shot at AJ Styles and the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
You know, TCS, and then you got the BCS. Unlike the BCS, the TNA Championship Series, we decide this in the ring with competitors.
This isn't computers.
Right, exactly.
This is man versus man. This is about gaining a title shot in the division that you normally compete in, and that's why Desmond Wolf is fighting for a world title shot. Suicide trying to advance and gain a shot at the X Division Championship.
You see the typical offense we've seen by Desmond Wolf. He goes right to the hand and lower arm area of opponents. It's unique to go to the lower portion of the arm as opposed to the shoulder.
We saw that against Kurt Angle. And you have to admit, it was very sound strategy on the part of Desmond Wolf back at Turning Point.
Sound and effective, as was that underhook into a suplex using the arm for his leverage.
It's two different mindsets. It's two different styles for these competitors. Suicide more high-flying, more risk-taking. Desmond more ground-oriented with that emphasis on submission moves and strikes.
Absolutely. I think you got more of a callous and malicious competitor is Desmond Wolf. He'll go right for the jugular, or in this case, the arm.
We talked about Mick Foley and his obsession with the Hulk Hogan situation here in TNA. Well, you can be in the loop, maybe even more than Mick Foley, if you just follow TNA Wrestling President Dixie Carter on Twitter. Check that out. Sign up now to get all of the information directly from the TNA president.
Oh, absolutely. Oh! I'll tell you what, as impressive as that back elbow by Wolf is, so is, wait, cover.
With a pin and Suicide able to power out before the 3 count.
So is the lady we work for, Dixie Carter. Her Twitter page is pretty cool. I follow her, and she has a great line of communication, Dixie Carter does, with our TNA fan base. It's pretty cool.
We talked about the submission moves. of Desmond Wolfe, and we're seeing one here. Speaking of submissions, did he do the right thing by tapping out at turning point against Kurt Angle?
I hate to say it, but I think Desmond Wolfe did do the right thing by tapping out quickly to Kurt Angle to live to fight another day.
Shoulder block takes down Suicide, and while we call him the masked man of mystery, there is one individual here in TNA who knows the identity of Suicide, and that's Homicide.
Well, that's the deranged and demented Homicide, yeah, and would love to know who Suicide is. Right now, I don't think Desmond Wolfe cares. Desmond Wolfe wants to win, as does Suicide.
Suicide finally gets the offense rolling. Up the clothesline, full extension of the legs as he connects with the drop kick.
Now, what's Suicide here?
Roll through after he had him up on his shoulders. Quickly springs out to the apron and then slingshotting with the leg drop across the chest.
There we go, got the cover. Desmond Wolfe had the wherewithal to kick out. Not enough right there to get the victory for Suicide.
This is the second of the first round matchups in this TNA Championship Series. You will see it in its entirety tonight, the holiday treat on Thanksgiving night, as we see Desmond Wolfe with an impactful move that just powered Suicide down to the canvas, and you saw him favoring the back of his head.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, you know, hey, look, Desmond Wolfe, he sees any sort of a weakness. Oh, for the
Tower of London out of the corner.
Tower of London's gonna hit. Oh, wait, maybe not.
Suicide that time able to drop down, had an answer, and then moves right back with a big-time offensive move of his own.
That'll make you throw up your cranberries.
And your yams.
Yeah, yeah, not the bag, just the yams. Well, now Suicide, can he follow up?
Complexion turns in the masked man's favor. The quick reversal shoots him off into the corner. Able to avoid the onrushing Desmond Wolfe. He's up to the top, and Desmond cuts him off. Tower of London attempt the second time.
Can he hit it? Can he hit it? Oh! I think Wolfe got it. He got the Tower of London.
And he got the pin, and he got the win.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know if Suicide almost blocked the Tower of London for a second time, but it was enough right there for Wolfe to get the victory and advance.
And Desmond Wolfe advances to the second round. Later tonight, he'll face the boss, Bobby Lashley.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a first-round match in the TNA Championship Series scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from the streets of Harlem, New York, the Pope, D'Angelo Dinero.
Oh, Mike, you know, when the Pope's in the house, he's always in a giving mood. And it seems like it's raining cold, hard cash on Turkey Day. He's giving.
Dinero falling from the impact zone.
Wait, where is it? I don't even see it. It was falling.
It's cash. It's on the floor right down here. Here, let me pick up one of these. It's the Dinero bucks.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
His opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist. He is Kurt Angle.
What is the one thing that Kurt Angle wants more than anything else in this world?
Well, I think Kurt Angle wants to be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion for a 14th time. And if he can win this tournament, he will get that opportunity.
You know, Angle still feels that he didn't legitimately lose the world's title to AJ Styles back at No Surrender, always pointing that finger of blame at Matt Morgan. A win tonight for Kurt in the TCS tournament would give Angle exactly what he wants, a chance to regain the world championship and prove to the world that he deserves to hold the gold.
Like I said earlier, Mike, during Bobby Lashley and Abyss's match, I feel a tournament setting is perfect for an athlete like a Kurt Angle. With his amateur background, since he's a young kid, a youth wrestler, wrestling in tournaments for years. He's in his realm here.
There's no question that the Pope, D'Angelo Dinero, has impressed us with his explosive offensive style, but can he out-wrestle the Olympic gold medalist?
In my opinion, no. He can't out-wrestle. Pope cannot out-wrestle Kurt Angle. There are very few men around the world who can out-wrestle Kurt Angle. No disrespect to Pope. Now, Pope maybe can use his brain and be witty and use timing and maybe win the match. I definitely think Pope's in the running. Pope's a keeper for sure. He's a star.
Let's address that situation. Let's talk about mental preparation. Do you look ahead as a wrestler in a tournament to a potential second round or third round opponent?
No, I don't think you do, Mike. You never look past the opponent. I don't think neither of these men, Kurt Angle or the Pope, would look past each other right now.
In terms of total concentration, on your first round matches, we see the Pope going to try and put Angle away right here. No!
Did you see how explosive that flying shoulder block was? Shades of the Road Warriors back in the day. That was pretty cool.
Speaking of explosive, it's right. Both of us thinking the same thing. Nice segue, Taz.
Yeah, man. What a suplex by Kurt Angle. Beautiful belly-to-belly overhead.
Yeah, just released him. The power, the strength of Angle on display, and you see the impact there as the Pope crashed down to the canvas. Have to agree with you. Total concentration in first-round action when it comes to a tournament setting. It eliminates the risk of falling victim to that look-ahead factor.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, you know, Angle knows, and so does the Pope, that Lashley has advanced and that Desmond Wolf has advanced. They're aware of that. I could assume that.
Another pin attempt by Angle, and right back to it again. Pope quickly able to slide that shoulder up, and Angle immediately right back at another pin attempt.
Yeah, well, Curtis, he's tenacious. And now this is where you don't want to be if you're Pope. You don't want Kurt's knee in your spine and his hands clasped around your neck. That's not good if you're the Pope.
What we're seeing here is Kurt Angle slowing down the attack of the Pope. This is a match where Angle, at this point, is dictating the pace.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see Kurt get that rear chin lock. Notice how close, Kurt had his chin next to the Pope's head. That gives more power to the hold.
Shot off into the corner, and the Pope able to get the elbow up, and now he unleashes the offense. Talk about explosive moves. We're seeing him right there with the strikes, and then Angle shot off into the ropes. Oh, he went for the leg, but look how quickly Angle turned it around.
One little mistake by the Pope. I don't know if he telegraphed the backdrop too much or what he did there, but Kurt snatched him. Next thing you know, you're airborne. Care of Kurt Angle.
Key here is maintaining the grip. He connects with the two suplexes, went for a third. You see the blow by the Pope, and now it's time for D'Angelo Dinero to show the suplexes from his game.
Yeah, Pope executed a textbook standing switch and got up some suplexes himself, and now out of leg sweep into the clothesline by the Pope.
Pin is, whoa, that was close.
And not just a pin, Mike. Notice how it was smart by the Pope. He had a cradle. He hooked Kurt's head and leg and had a cradle, but Kurt was able to kick out of it.
Wow, what would a win here do for the Pope in terms of making his career and really boosting his confidence?
Oh, my God. I mean, if you could get a victory on Kurt Angle, you're pretty much a made man in my book. Ooh. I'll tell you, the Pope's looking pretty good right now.
You can see he has the support of several of the fans here in the Impact Zone as he slides right back in and goes to the offense.
Now
Next
what?
to the corner.
Don't take your time here, Pope. That's Kurt Angle laying there. Nice! Textbook. That elbow. Wow. He does the little ballerina.
Curtsy move.
That's what they call it.
Watch this. Knee pads down. Gonna go for the DDE. Oh, the D'Angelo Dinero Express just got derailed as Kurt Angle goes to the ankle lock.
Might be the beginning of the end of the Pope. Oh, maybe not.
Didn't have him worn down sufficiently. Dinero uses the free leg, but then Angle slam. Could this be it? Olympic gold medalist moves one step closer to trying to attain that shot at AJ Styles in the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. First round victory, Kurt Angle moving on in the TCS.
And I think you got to take your hat off to the Pope. Excellent outing by that young athlete. Wow.
And check this out. Talk about respect from Kurt Angle. That's the seal of approval.
Well, that might be bigger than getting a win on Kurt Angle. If you're the Pope, what a sense of accomplishment for this young man.
Hey, Kurt.
Hey, did you see that Pope kid?
Man.
Is he good? The young guys are stepping up. What a great match.
That's why I signed him, stepping up big time. Hey, where's Scotty and Booker and the Stinger stuff over there?
Stinger hasn't been here in months. Mick, the Mafia's no more. Where you been?
Listen,
you need to get straight.
I am straight. Listen, you're the most valuable acquisition in TNA history. Dixie Carter tells you everything. So what has she told you about Hogan coming in? What's his reason for being here?
Hogan coming in?
Yeah.
To make this company better. And you need to embrace that, Mick.
I'll embrace the fact that what? That Hogan's coming in here to take my spot, Kurt?
Have you lost your mind?
No.
Dixie and Hogan partnered up to take this company to new heights it's never been before.
And you're on board?
Of course I'm on board.
Well,
you know what? If you're not, you need to realize that. Dixie, do you remember Dixie's speech? What she said?
I wasn't.
You're on
I wasn't
board
invited.
Or you're not on board?
I just hope the guy that Hogan brings along with him is on board too.
What guy?
You heard Kevin. He told me Hogan's not coming alone.
Well, that makes sense. You listen to Kevin. Listen, we're done here. I have another match to get ready for.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your final first round match in the TNA Championship Series. It is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, representing World Elite from Brooklyn, New York, Homicide!
A victory tonight in the TCS, the TNA Championship Series, would put Homicide in a spot to bring the X Division Championship to World Elite.
His opponent representing the team of Beer Money Incorporated,
the lone individual in tonight's 8-man TCS who is fighting for a shot at the TNA World Tag Team titles. He's representing himself and his Beer Money Incorporated partner, James Storm. This is Robert Roode.
A lot of pressure on Roode. I mean, if you're James Storm, you're hoping your partner gets the win here, and you get a chance, an opportunity, a shot at the TNA Tag Team titles.
How about the British Invasion? The current TNA Tag Team Champions, they have dictated to TNA that they no longer will defend against Beer Money. Roode and Storm received their final shot back at Turning Point, but the luck of the random draw has opened the door for Beer Money Incorporated one more time. Watch out for Homicide.
Cannot turn your back on the demented and deranged Homicide.
Think about it. This is do or die time for Robert Roode, Beer Money Incorporated, when it comes to getting another shot at the TNA Tag Team titles that they want to regain so dearly.
And someone like a Homicide, an athlete to the level of a Homicide, because he's so unpredictable, and dangerous, he could ruin that opportunity for Beer Money if he defeats Robert Roode here.
Homicide rolls out to clear the cobwebs, and at the same time, we see that he's going to drag Robert Roode outside the ring. This is right up Homicide's alley.
Oh, yeah, now you're in the world of Homicide, where it's about violence and fighting and basically just playing dirty. It's been to the streets if you're Homicide right now.
And rakes the back of Robert Roode, and all of a sudden, this matchup has turned in favor of the member of World Elite. And Homicide with that shot, that knee right to the chest, you know, he would love nothing better than to bring the X Division title to that faction World Elite. And boy, have they just grown strong with the addition of Kevin Nash.
Oh, absolutely. How much bigger, not just physically, can World Elite be with an addition, an acquisition like a big, sexy Kevin Nash? Speaking of big, Robert Roode's in big trouble here. Homicide is on point right now.
You're watching Impact on Spike TV is great. There's nothing like seeing the stars of TNA live, and you can't get much more up close and personal than seeing it right here at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. Big shout out to the fans who either live in Orlando or are visiting the Orlando, Florida area in upcoming weeks and months. Please join us here live.
Well, right now, Robert Roode just finds himself in the uncomfortable position of a brutal beatdown by Homicide. I think he might have pulled out the old Asiatic spike right there, shades of Ernie Ladd.
They're working on the traps, the trapezius muscles of Robert Roode, who is feeding off the crowd response. They're willing him to get back up to his feet, and let's see if Roode is, and he gets back up to the vertical base, and he gets cut off by Homicide.
Yeah, Roode needs all the help he can get right about now, I'm telling you. Oh, nice jumping high, flying elbow by Homicide.
He's going to go for the pin. Let's see if he can move on.
As crazy and nutty and whacked out and touched Homicide is, Mike, you can't discount his ability to compete in this ring.
This is the final first-round match in the TCS. We know the winner's going to move on to face Kurt Angle in one semifinal match. The other semi later tonight, the boss Bobby Lashley against Desmond Wolf went for the cutter, but Rude was able to block it and then answer back with a running clothesline.
Well, that might be the opening that Robert Roode needed. Here we go. Ow, what a backbreaker.
Wind him up. Tilt-a-whirl style, into the pin, far leg hook, no, Homicide powers out.
Yeah, Robert Roode really wanted to win there. Big, tight hooking of the leg of Homicide, not enough to beat the Psycho himself.
Quickly comes back after the knee, gonna go for the Gringo Killer. Can he get the big man up on his shoulders? No, too much weight. Rude doubles him over with the boot. Gonna try and go for that suplex, nope, that's blocked.
Yep.
Cutter attempt.
Went for a Fishman, that didn't work. Homicide follow-up, you might get him, oh, maybe not.
High angle spine buster. Could this do it? Yes.
Here's your winner,
Robert Roode advances. Let's take another look at what just went down in the TCS.
Yeah, it was a hell of a matchup, to say the least. A beautiful spine buster, more or less, by Robert Roode, getting the victory on the very credible, capable Homicide.
Important win for Rude and Beer Money Incorporated. As we take a look at the updated tournament graphic, we have completed the first round, and you can see in the semis, it's Lashley versus Wolf and Rude versus Angle. Yes, even in defeat, a terrific effort by Homicide. I think the realization just sits. Hold on, what? Wait a minute. It's our assistant producer, Stevie. Whoa. What's going on?
Hey, get out of here, man.
Whoa!
It's nuts.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first round of the TNA Holiday Classic is in the books, and Kurt Angle, you know, advanced to the semifinals against a very fired-up Robert Roode.
Well, I'm looking at this two ways, JB. I've got a lot of respect for Robert Roode, and he's one of the wrestlers that changed my opinion about the TNA locker room. But I got my eye on the prize, and that's earning a title shot against a TNA World Heavyweight Champion, AJ Styles. Now, I never expected anything to be handed to me, but I guarantee I'm going to win this tournament tonight. First, by beating Robert Roode, and then beating the winner of Bobby Lashley and Desmond Wolf. A small part of me hopes that Wolf makes it to the finals. To earn a title shot by defeating Wolf, that's something that I'm licking my chops over. Oh, it's real. It's damn real.
Safe to say Kurt's focused.
To say the least. There's the original TNA Knockout. Tracy Brooks, she joins Hamada, Daphne, and Alyssa Flash in this Knockout Battle Royal. Alyssa's shown no mercy or respect for Tracy in recent weeks.
representing the beautiful people, Velvet Sky, Madison Rain, and Lindsay Broderick.
Like a little beautiful people on Thanksgiving, huh?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Lacey's got her firm stick in hand.
It's her ugly stick.
Yeah, it's her ugly stick. I wonder if they ate some turkey. Probably white meat girls, right? I don't think they're dark meat girls. You think they're dark meat girls? They're probably white meat girls. They look like they're very lean, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Not a lot of fat on those bodies right there.
Just think in terms of numbers in this Knockout Battle Royal.
Bam, yeah.
Beautiful people.
Bam.
Boy, they look to have a huge edge. You think Madison, Lacey, Velvet, they can exploit that?
Easy,
What's
Mike. You
I
can't even
talking
put a
about again?
sentence together because you wish you were a second rope, you psycho pervert.
Nicest thing you've ever said about me. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's happy now. Yo!
The TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions, Sarita and Taylor.
I love the Sarita and Taylor, the entrance, the little roundabout, Schneebitz Fernum spinning around type dealio. Oh, Taylor looked like she had a little too much eggnog. Almost tripped and fell. Did you see that? Am I hallucinating? I did see that, didn't I?
I think it's the tryptophan finally kicking in. That is a chemical that's in turkey, isn't it?
You like Brussels sprouts?
I'll pass.
From the state of California,
You see, Poison used to get the entrance. I mean, used to get the, what's his name? What's our ring announcer?
That would be Dave Penzer.
Exactly.
You used to mention Poison accompanies Tara to the ring.
He doesn't no more. And, listen, Tara's very fond of that tarantula in her hand, Poison.
She's also very fond of momentum, which she has off the huge win over Awesome Kong at Turning Point. Good old Mo is on Tara's side.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Special referee, the TNA Knockouts champion, ODB.
Well, obviously, that's a special referee enforcer, I guess, on the outside.
Yeah, but I'm not exactly sure how impartial ODB can be as a special referee tonight. She realizes that we're determining who she's going to defend the Knockouts Championship against in December at Final Resolution.
I don't think it's the first time one of our referees had a flask in their hand either. I digress. What's a Thanksgiving without a Knockouts Battle Royal and ODB on the outside, bombed, yelling and screaming at everybody?
Pounding the liquid courage.
And you see Lacey's ugly stick is very erect.
Knockout Battle Royal. It's elimination either over the top or through the ropes. As long as you touch the floor, you are out, eliminated. Final survivor will go on to Final Resolution December 20. And get the title shot. Is Daphne?
No!
Tossed over the top, and Daphne's the first one out.
Zombie hot, where you going?
Cuts the field down to 9 in a hurry. We talked about the numbers game advantage here before I got distracted during the Beautiful People entrance. You would think that the Beautiful People, as well as Taylor Wilde and Sarita, they would have sort of an edge here. They've got somebody to watch their back.
Absolutely. I mean, it is every knockout for herself, but to your point, I mean, Beautiful People, Taylor, Sarita, I would assume they'd work as a team.
It was the two that have been feuding as of late, Alyssa Flash, Tracy Brooks. Tracy able to hang on, not get eliminated, fighting back, and we've talked about the situation between these two, that birth defect that Tracy Brooks has in terms of her arm, and how Alyssa Flash has shown her no respect. Well, how about a little help from Taylor and Sarita?
They're still in. Still in. Not no more.
Tracy and Alyssa Flash are eliminated.
Whoa, and there they go, right at it. Looks like your dining room on Thanksgiving. Everybody fighting for that last turkey leg.
This is awesome.
We're back on Impact. More of the Knockouts Battle Royal. We're going to find out who gets the title shot against ODB at Final Resolution. This is what went down during the break.
Yeah, well, Lacey Von Erich was trying to hang on, and then Tara just got rid of her, and, well, thanks for coming, Lacey. Eat some mashed potatoes with you later on.
Down to the final 6 as we see the Beautiful People working together against Sarita. They take her over and down to the floor.
Man, Sarita's shin looked like it really nailed the apron skirt hard. I like Sarita.
Taylor Wilde shot off into the corner by Hamada, and of course Hamada getting the victory in singles competition over Taylor last week, and both of them go out.
Very impressive by Taylor, but she got herself eliminated also.
Final 3 shapes up as 2 members of the Beautiful People against Tara.
Yeah, well, that's 2 smoking hot chicks on one. Sounds like a video.
Ooh. Tara leaves her feet, connects with that dual clothesline. One arm for Madison, one arm for Velvet. There's the double boots as well, and big shot takes down Madison.
Hey, I'll tell you.
The tough aspect of the Battle Royal. You need to have eyes in the back of your head. She's pounding away on Madison, but now has to deal with Velvet Sky.
I mean, what happens if the Beautiful People are able to eliminate Tara here?
Yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
What would Velvet do with Madison? Who would eliminate who?
Madison hanging on.
That was close.
On the apron. Oh, Tara able to drop down just at the right moment.
Yeah, keep Slick Johnson away from her. We know their history.
Velvet eliminates Madison, and now we're down to the final 2. Who's going to move on to the title shot? Corner clothesline.
I got to go with Tara here.
Just rock Tara.
I got to go with Tara. Maybe not. I'm going with Velvet. I'm going with Tara.
Velvet to the apron, still hanging on. Shoulder block from the outside in.
Watch Velvet.
Oh, went to go slingshot, got caught with a kick, and got eliminated.
Congratulations on Thanksgiving night. Tara with the victory.
Tara off the impressive win at Turning Point, where she defeated Awesome Kong, gets her hand raised in victory by the knockout that she's going to meet for the championship at Final Resolution.
Wow. I don't think ODB is too impressed. You can just sense that tension happening.
We'll find out December 20 at Final Resolution if momentum is still on the side of Tara. It all goes down at TNA's final pay-per-view of the year, and the knockout title will be at stake.
Think she's drinking apple cider?
Kevin Nash, Eric Young, I could not help but notice title shots for 3 championships are at stake in tonight's Championship Series title tournament. However, conspicuous by its absence, your global heavyweight championship. Kevin Nash, what's the story on that?
What do you got, some kind of big man fetish? Don't even answer that, you freak. You creep me out. You got something to ask. Ask the champ.
That's better. You see, JB, what just happened is the kind of discrimination that I have to deal with every day in this country. You Americans are all the same. Bigger is better. Refusing to recognize or show respect to others, like me, people who've earned it. And how ironic is it that American TNA wrestlers are trying to maul each other on Thanksgiving, a uniquely American holiday. And how American is it, JB, that these guys are trying to destroy each other in their pursuit of gold? Forget about the football games. Greed is truly an American tradition. But you were right about one thing. I told you before, and I'll tell you again, my belt, my global title will never be defended on American soil and will never be defended against an American wrestler. I say who, I say where, I say when. Vini, Vidi, Vici. Welcome to our world.
Well, you know, the future of the wrestling business is in our hands now, Hulkamaniacs. You know, you guys predict the future. It's time to go to war. You know, when you pick a fight, you gotta pick a good one. I've been in this war before. I've proved that not only the fans will go where Hulk Hogan goes, I've proved that the talent in this wrestling business isn't far behind. The future between WWE and TNA is in your hands. I guarantee you, as we get momentum, as we move forward, as it gets more intense each and every week, you're gonna see TNA, the little company that could, that's been around for just a few years on Spike TV, start to move in leaps and bounds. And with a short amount of time, with the power of Hulkamania, TNA, Dixie Carter, and all the talent that's in that company is gonna prove we are the #1 business today in sports entertainment. That's the future, and it's in your hands, Hulkamaniac. This is gonna be one heck of a wild ride.
What do you mean, she's in Florida on business? She's in Tampa, right, Sarah? She meeting with Hulk? Well, listen, I need you to tell... Hold on, I can't... I'm having trouble here. Tell her it's Mick Foley. Please return my call. It's very important. Thank you. Thank you.
Beating him up. I'm main event mafia. You gotta fix this up. Hurry up. Joey, come on, get this going.
Scotty, listen, I need to talk to you.
Mitch,
what's going on?
Can you believe this bimbo here? I want her to make more main event mafia stuff because he's got wings over here. Come on. I want main event mafia. Get her to get...
Well, Kurt kind of alluded to the fact there was no more main event mafia.
Kurt said there was no main...
Well, he didn't say... He alluded to it.
But he didn't say it.
No, he didn't say it.
He didn't say it. See, mafia lives. As long as I'm here, the mafia lives. Get your ass back on the soul machine and go.
Scotty, listen. I never really worked with Hulk Hogan that much. I don't know him that well. I know you guys did in WCW. What can you tell me about the Hulk?
You mean personally?
Yeah, personally.
Well, Mick, I didn't date him. I don't know anything about personally, but as far as business goes, we're in the NWO, man. We're a band of thieves. And there was honor among thieves. Let me ask you something. Who's the smartest guy you know?
Smartest?
Not that I know, that you know.
I mean, he came up with the Ron Simmons what gimmick?
Who? Well, I tell you what, times that by 10.
Okay.
Hogan is a master manipulator. I tell you what, these young punks have no idea the storm on the horizon on their ass.
Right, thank you. One more thing.
Yes.
Who's he close with? Like if he were to come in, I've heard that he's not coming alone. Who would he bring with him?
Mick, who do I look like? Nostradamus? I can't see in the future. I can't predict the future. I have no idea what you're talking about. Who said he was coming in with somebody?
Kevin.
Kevin said he's coming in with somebody?
Kevin said he's coming in? He's not coming alone.
If Kevin said that, it's got to be true. He does not lie.
Scott.
Thank you,
Scott. Do you really want me to do this just like you gave it to me? Because
yes.
There's only one F in Mafia.
Well, you put the F where the sun don't shine. Just do it the way I said, do it the way I put it. Do it, get back to work. Come on, Jolene. I got people to beat up. Come on. Kev, I've been looking all over for you.
All right, you got my cash.
No, actually, that's my lunch. But listen, I looked into that, about the 2-week suspension thing, and you're making a lot more money than I thought. I mean, between having all my money tied up in TNA shares, I got 4 kids I'm putting through school, I'm working on an educational center for kids in Africa. I just don't have that type of money to hand over.
Educational thing in Africa? You telling that to a kid that when I was 9 years old, I went around with that little orange UNICEF thing?
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I made $19.
No.
Yeah. I earned it.
Kevin, listen, I understand money's important to you, and our jobs are important to both of us.
Right.
That's why my job is to know what's going on with Dixie and Hulk, and Dixie won't return my calls. I know you and Hulk are tight.
Yeah.
I know you know the answers, and you can help me out a lot by telling me who's coming in with him.
I'll give you one name.
Okay.
It's Virgil.
Virgil's coming in with him?
No.
God, come on. I got a list.
Okay, listen. I'm almost positive the disciple.
Ed Leslie?
Yeah. No, he's not coming.
Come on, man. Scott Hall makes sense, right?
I really haven't thought about that. That would make sense. No!
God, Kevin, you know what? This is not a joke. This is not a joke. I mean, I see everything I worked on being flushed down the drain. I mean, I don't want you to laugh at it. This is something that's important to me. Dixie's taking this company in the wrong direction. I'm trying to stop it. You're preventing me from doing my job.
Well, between you and I, if Knobs comes in, I'm quitting.
Me too. Me too.
I
just, please keep me in the loop.
Listen, you know what, Mick? We are friends, and I don't know where this thing's going, but as soon as Hulk gives me some information, I promise you, I'll dump it in your lap.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right?
you. That's all I ask. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
It's pathetic, bro.
Mick Foley just obsessed with Hulk's partnership with TNA. By the way, Taz, what have you heard? Who's coming with Hogan? You got any names?
I don't know, Mike.
Any hints?
Mike, I don't know.
Initials?
Mike, I don't know. I have no clue.
Charades?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a semifinal match in the TNA Championship Series scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first from London, England, Desmond Wolfe.
Earlier tonight, Taz, Desmond Wolfe faced suicide in the first round of the TCS.
Now we're in London. Second time in the match was a charm with that nasty maneuver, and Desmond Wolfe advanced up to this point, the second round of the TCS tournament, not to be confused with the old school Team Challenge Series.
And his opponent, accompanied to the ring by his wife, Crystal, from Colorado Springs, Colorado, the Boss, Bobby Lashley!
Time for the first of our second round semi-final matchups in the TNA Championship Series. The winner's going to get a title shot in the division that he's been competing in. Here's the entrance for Bobby Lashley with wife Crystal. Taz, let's go back. Let's see what went down earlier tonight. First round matchup between Bobby Lashley and the Monster Abyss.
Well, Abyss entered this match earlier tonight with a neck injury, and now you see inadvertently Abyss ended up striking Crystal Lashley in the face. But as the time was right for Lashley to zone in for the win, got the Dragon Sleeper. I don't know, the ankle injury that we thought Crystal sustained miraculously disappeared, but here we are now. It's Thanksgiving, things happen.
Yeah, speaking of Thanksgiving, earlier when I crashed the Thanksgiving Day party at your suite, by the way, thanks for the nice invitation. The one thing that we were discussing was the best pay-per-view match of 2009.
Well, that's easy. Desmond Wolfe and Kurt Angle, for sure.
What do you mean easy?
Easy.
I mean, how can you say easy? I mean, it's not like it's a no-brainer.
Yes, it is.
What about AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Daniels from Turning Point?
Well, that was a great match, but it wasn't as good as Wolfe and Kurt Angle, in my view.
I mean, they were two totally different types of matches.
Well, I guess we agree to disagree on that, Professor. Right now, what, you have something else you want to say?
Well, there is something else I want to say.
Okay, hot, say it.
You and I are not the only ones discussing this. It's also the TNA fans, and you have a chance to let your voice be heard. Log on to TNAWrestling.com. Cast your vote now. The best pay-per-view match of 2009. Compare notes about that after I see the vote.
Well, Crystal Lashley very impressed with her hubby, Bobby Lashley. You know, well, yeah, see, Desmond Wolfe, you're not going to power out of a full Nelson by a man not like Bobby Lashley.
So that was a pretty smart move.
Absolutely.
Get the rope break.
He tried, though, but, you know, Wolfe tried to power out.
But Desmond Wolfe proved to all of us that he could wrestle with Kurt Angle at Turning Point, but can he match power with the boss Bobby Lashley, or is he going to go for maybe a little different approach here?
I think that Desmond Wolfe is clever enough and intelligent enough not to attempt to match power with Bobby Lashley. You might have saw that in the very early goings with those full Nelsons, but I think we're going to see Desmond Wolfe try and do that catch-as-catch-can European style.
Let's take it one step further. Do you agree with me that in terms of Desmond Wolfe's knowledge of submissions, the way that he works on a particular body part, and particularly the arm, that could be the great equalizer for the size and the power advantage that the boss Bobby Lashley brings into this match?
I don't know, Mike. In my opinion, that could be a stretch. I mean, you got a guy like Bobby Lashley, as you can see here, with a 2-on-1 wrist lock, just controlling Desmond Wolfe, because not only does Bobby have that credibility background and that MMA background and that amateur wrestling background, but he's so much more bigger and, and more powerful than Wolfe.
And it just makes for one of those intriguing matchups
yes.
that we've been talking about all night as a part of this very special Thanksgiving edition of Impact as part of the TCS. And then when TNA management throws in a shot at a championship, just really drives home the point of how important that this TCS tournament is to the competitors. And you saw the shot right there off the break by Desmond Wolfe. That elbow rocked Bobby Lashley.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Clever. You see, right there, you can be as big and strong as you want. Once you go to someone's esophagus and windpipe area, you shut them down.
We saw that with Abyss earlier. Caught him with the double cross chop. Did Desmond Wolfe, and now going to try and wear down Bobby Lashley.
Looks like an inside wrist lock while he has the head of Lashley trapped. Very impressive by Desmond Wolfe.
And I guess the key right there is being able to seize the head of Bobby Lashley.
Absolutely. If you control a man's head, Mike, you control which way his body goes. Tremendous reversal into a hammerlock by Lashley. And now a vicious beatdown by the boss.
Big forearm shots to the back.
A little blood, coming out of Wolfe's mouth here, Mike. I don't know how that happened.
Just shows the physicality of the matchup between these two. Oh!
Smart, very smart. Kick the top cable. The rope is really a cable. It's just cable with tape over it. And it's super tight.
And again, it's just the little things that Desmond Wolfe does, moves like that really make you appreciate his overall style.
I agree with you, Mike, when you say little things like nuances. The little nuances is what makes Desmond Wolfe, and that nuance didn't work. And this one, whoa! Look at the power here.
Sensational spear in the corner. And with ease, he brings Wolfe out to the center of the ring and drops him down across his shoulder, stomach first.
I'm not quite sure. I don't know every little detail about Wolfe's career. I don't know if he's ever faced an athlete the size and power.
Watch his full Nelson slam, and no.
I don't know if Wolfe ever faced a guy the size and power of a Bobby Lashley.
I don't think so. And we saw Wolfe go for that clothesline. And we've seen how effective that clothesline could be. Quickly countered it. That snapping of the arm is one of those things that as we've seen, is going to cause some severe injuries.
Yeah, that underarm spin into a snap down where you drive your opponent flat is very impressive by Wolfe. Wolfe going for the Tower of London here, Mike.
Bobby Lashley hanging on. Perfect counter into the dragon. He's got the sleeper. Wolfe's got the rope hook.
Tremendous ring presence, smart mat sense by Desmond Wolfe to realize where he is in that ring. He used that top rope to break that dragon sleeper.
Catches him with the left from outside from the apron. Drops him down neck first, right across that steel cable, the ring rope, as we talked about earlier. And, well, here it is, going to work on the arm, but, I mean, he's in the ring ropes here.
That's an illegal maneuver, ladies and gentlemen.
This is you!
Little shout out to Kurt Angle.
This is you! This is you!
Earl Hebner disqualifying Desmond Wolfe. I mean, Desmond Wolfe is so focused on Kurt Angle, I don't even think that he heard the referee making the count. He just lost control, and he just cost himself a world title shot.
You call it focus. I call Desmond Wolfe being obsessed.
Referee Earl
Obsessed
Hebner
with Kurt Angle.
disqualifying Desmond Wolfe, your winner, advancing to the finals by disqualification, the boss, Bobby Lashley.
I'm telling you, Mike, that's obsession by Wolfe, man. He's whacked out of his mind with Angle.
And in the process, the boss, Bobby Lashley, moves on. He goes to the finals, and we'll see that tonight. And Bobby Lashley is going to face the winner of Kurt Angle and Robert Roode, and we're going to see who it is that gets the title shot.
Mr. Mangle, I hope you're paying attention, because that is going to be you come final resolution.
Bobby Lashley, congratulations. You are now just one win away from earning your very first shot at the TNA Heavyweight Championship.
Whether it's TNA or MMA, nobody can stop Bobby. You see, he will win the tournament tonight. And then, the boss will write his own tickets and dictate his own future.
All right.
Well, Bobby Crystal sounded very confident.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second semifinal match in the TNA Championship Series. It is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, representing the team of Beer Money Incorporated,
Time to find out who's going to face the boss, Bobby Lashley, in the TCS Tournament Finals. That's later tonight. But first, let's review what went down earlier. First round match, Rude and Homicide.
Yeah, Rude got a big-time spine buster on a very tough Homicide to be victorious.
He gets the win in the random draw tournament. He's fighting for beer money and a shot at the TNA World Tag Team titles.
his opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Professional Wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist,
The Olympic gold medalist, you can see by that close-up look of his face, he's in the zone. It's time for his semi-final match. Before we get to Angle and Rude, let's go back to earlier tonight on Impact. Here's the first round contest.
Yeah, and an excellent matchup between the Pope and Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was able to nail that Angle slam and get the victory on the Pope, but I gotta say, Pope had a great outing.
At the same time that Kurt Angle is dealing with Desmond Wolfe and the issues between those two, we know that Kurt's focus is on getting back. It's on regaining the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. He wants to get a match against AJ Styles for that world title. To do so, he's got to defeat Robert Roode tonight, then move on to the finals and beat the boss, Bobby Lashley.
Definitely a tough Thanksgiving night for Kurt Angle. Finds himself with a great opportunity in another tournament in his life. But Robert Roode, man, I'll tell you, like I said earlier, he's got all the pressure in the world on himself, and and for James Storm, for their team, to move on and get an opportunity at the TNA Tag Team titles.
And again, this is one of those matchups that the tournament format provides.
Yes.
You might not normally see Robert Roode, primarily a tag team wrestler, against Kurt Angle, singles competitor, and that's what the TCS format is all about. Getting that title shot in the division that you normally compete in.
And I think that's what makes the tournament and the concept very, very intriguing. You got X Division, superstars and wrestlers competing against, heavyweights, and you got, like as you see here, a heavyweight and Kurt Angle going against a tag team wrestler, to your point. It's intriguing.
Roode able to block the strikes of Angle, and then he answers with several shots of his own, quickly shot off, but there you see, telegraphing the back body drop. came back to one Rude, but then he's able to turn it around immediately and going to go for a quick pin. Can he beat Angle early? Wow, just barely a one count.
We got to take into account also here, Mike, you know, with someone like a Robert Roode, there's certain points in the match, because I've done my share of tag team wrestling, that you look to make a tag to your partner.
Right back on it again, and another near fall.
And that partner is not there now to make that tag to. So there's certain parts of a match where you're on your own out there. I'm not saying Robert Roode can't get it done, because he obviously looks pretty sharp right now. But Kurt Angle is focused completely on being a singles competitor.
And then when you take into account the cardiovascular conditioning of a Kurt Angle, I think to your point, you're saying that the longer this match goes, advantage Angle?
Yeah, that's not what I was saying, but that is a great point, and thanks for speaking for me. But no, but you're right, exactly right from a cardiovascular standpoint. I meant from, at certain points in the match as a tag team wrestler, tagging in your partner.
More of a mental standpoint than physical.
Yes.
Oh! Speaking of mental, that'll scramble your brains, won't it?
You think?
Face first right into the steel steps.
Not a fun way to spend Thanksgiving night, Mike.
It's not.
I thought I had a bed sitting next to you.
Feelings mutual. Gonna toss Rude back in, and let's see if Angle can finish him off and get the shot against Lashley in the finals. No.
You can see frustration, Mike, a little bit on Kurt's face, huh? Looks like he's a little PO'd and didn't get the win there.
Let's see if he can use that aggression and take it out on Rude. Snaps off the suplex. Another pin attempt, lateral style now, and Rude able to kick out.
See that? Look at that. See Kurt Angle. Notice Rude had his back to him. Quickly hooks a reverse gut wrench. And notice how Kurt keeps his face, his cheeks, real close to Rude's body. That's the power, Mike, putting all his own body weight on Rude's body.
And who is better than Kurt Angle when it comes to this kind of competition, this kind of mat wrestling?
Oh, there's nobody, my man. An Olympic gold medalist, for God's sakes, there's nobody. You see Rude has the right idea, trying to break the grip of Kurt Angle. And that's a tough thing to do, is bust that grip of an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, first step was to get to his feet, which he did. Reels off the elbow shots to the side of the head, and then right into the trap of Angle. Belly to belly, released him overhead again.
What intensity. With power by Angle.
We go. Off the suplex, the pin, 2 count only.
I'm telling you, that was a very explosive belly-to-belly overhead suplex. Very explosive.
One of those moves that can really turn the tide in a match.
Look here, again, back to the midsection of Rude with his body scissors, or, you know, just really working on the rib cage area of Robert Roode.
Been much of the focus of the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle when it comes to out-mat wrestling someone like a Robert Roode. He's got Roode again in a troublesome position, and how about that? Just when Roode escapes the leg scissors, bam, Angle's got something else up his sleeve.
When you're wrestling, there's different levels on the body. You got a low-level move like a body scissors. The guy breaks that hold, you go to a high-level move like the back of his neck and the rear choke. It was smart by Angle. Roode had the wherewithal to get out.
Executed to perfection by Angle, who shoots him off into the corner. Rude able to get the elbow up, Kurt back at him, and this time Rude gets the boots up from the middle rope.
Look at this, look at Rude here, look at Rude!
Snaps his neck.
Beautiful, right to the surgically repaired neck. That high neck snap off the second rope. Might be the turning point in the match here, Mike.
And both of these competitors with such sound strategy, just perfect game plans when it comes to wearing down the opposition. And we're going to find out as the referee's putting in the count here who it is that's going to move on to the finals between these two.
Yeah, what does James Storm think of Robert Roode's partner right now? I'm sure he's backstage watching this match.
And what is Bobby Lashley thinking?
Yeah, good point.
I mean, Bobby Lashley versus Robert Roode or Kurt Angle later tonight?
I got a feeling that Robert Roode might make a mistake here, and Kurt's going to capitalize and catch him. That's what I think.
Lighten up the chest of Angle with a knife edge. Quick reversal shoots him off. Clothesline missed, flying forearm beaten out.
Here we go, cover! Couldn't get the 3. Robert Roode quickly realized the opportunity at hand, went for a quick cover, hooked the leg and everything. Not enough to get Angle.
I think Rude's key to success, I was going to say, is the next move, the follow to that, but instead, Angle with the ankle lock. Free leg barely got able to kick him off right there. Going to go spine buster. This is what won in the first round match. Is it enough against Angle? Not enough.
Yeah, got Homicide earlier with that. No disrespect to Homicide, but this is Kurt Angle.
And you can sense, just looking at the reaction of Robert Roode, he thought he had Angle just in the position he wanted. He hit him with the spine buster, but it wasn't enough. His facial showed maybe a sense of disappointment. Not going to show it to Angle, however. Doubles him over, tries to take him up with a suplex. Angle fights it off, and then Kurt hits the suplex.
Nice German suplex to slow down the momentum of Robert Roode, because that's what Roode had in his favor, momentum. Angle got mine here. He's got something
stalking. He's measuring.
Angle slam. Nice arm drag out of that counter.
Roode into the corner. Angle slides out of the way.
Got it.
He hit the Angle slam. You should do it. Here's one. Here's two.
Turn advances.
What?
Oh!
Wow.
Hey, that was impressive.
The competitive nature of this matchup.
Robert
Roode
Roode
able to avoid the... What's Desmond Wolf doing out here? He's got the attention of Kurt Angle, that's for sure.
I think did Wolf just, I believe he spit on Kurt Angle?
He spits on Angle, and you see that Kurt's lost his temper, and you can't blame him. Follows up on the entrance ramp. Seriously, wait a minute, the referee's putting in the count. Referee's at 7. Kurt Angle battering on the head of Desmond Wolf.
Kurt, get back in the ring.
It's close. He's at 9.
He's gonna get counted out.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the match as a result of a countout. Robert Roode.
Wow, that really stinks it to Kurt Angle.
His temper cost him.
I don't know if this, it could be his temper that cost him. I think it was that man, Desmond Wolf.
Well, he spit on him.
Desmond Wolf is hell-bent on making Kurt Angle's life a living hell. Wolf just stole the opportunity from Kurt Angle to become world champ again.
And Robert Roode advances to the finals against Bobby Lashley.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the phenomenal AXS TV.
After winning the TNA World Heavyweight Championship at No Surrender, then retaining it at Bound for Glory and Turning Point, To me, AJ Styles has proved that he deserves the gold, that in spite of what his former best friend Daniels thinks.
There's no arguing that our TNA World Heavyweight Champion right there, ladies and gentlemen, that he truly is phenomenal.
I actually came out here to talk about one thing, but before I get started, let me just say this. Stinger! Haven't heard from you in a while. It's Thanksgiving. I'm a concerned friend, so do me a favor. Give me a call. Now.
Well, AJ Styles and the Thanksgiving shout-out to Sting addresses for what for Taz and I was sort of an uncomfortable situation last week when the Icon no-showed our scheduled interview. We see that AJ's in-ring interview is interrupted by Daniels.
I'm not surprised. I mean, Daniels he's a very self-centered man. It's well documented, in my opinion, that Daniels is kind of jealous. He's basically jealous of AJ Styles, and we've just seen that ooze out of him.
So you're not surprised by the way that Daniels has reacted the last couple of months?
No, I'm not. At all.
You know, AJ, I'm thrilled that you and Sting are such good friends, but I wonder, does Sting know that your friendship costs more than it's worth? And if anybody knows that, it's me. The truth is, AJ, I've been a better friend to you than you've ever been for me. I mean, think about it. All the years that we traveled together and trained together, all the years where we became closer than brothers, all the support that I've given you, and now you're world champion. But where did your friendship ever get me? Yeah? I mean, well, I didn't get any world title shots here in TNA. And when I lost my job here and I was gone for 16 months, where were you?
I called you every day.
No. All the power, all the stroke that you've got in this company, and you couldn't make one phone call to help your best friend come back to this company that he loved? Huh?
I made one phone call.
No, stop. It doesn't matter now, AJ, because now I'm back. Now I'm back. Hey, now I'm back. And when I finally get my opportunity at the world title at Turning Point, I had Samoa Joe down. I hit the best moonsault ever. And what did you do? You stabbed me in the back. And you stole my only chance for greatness. Oh, what? Shut up because I'm telling the truth? Huh? Shut up because I'm right? I know why you did it, AJ. Because you knew that I was always a better wrestler than you. And that is why you wanted me to be your best friend. Because you didn't want me to be your worst enemy. Well, it's too late now, AJ. I've been in this business far too long to let your friendship continue to be an anchor around my ankle. That's right. So now we are enemies. Now we are on opposite sides of the fence. And now you can go home and tell your wife and your kids that Uncle Chris is sorry. But somebody's got to put Daddy in his place.
You know what, Chris? I'm not gonna tell my kids anything. You see, when they grow up, they're gonna find out what Uncle Chris was all about. And in Final Resolution, you're gonna find out what the phenomenal AJ Styles is all about.
You think maybe Daniels lit a flame underneath AJ that he might regret?
Sounds to me like we're gonna have all doubts erased when it comes to who the better man is. AJ Styles, Daniels, TNA World Title at Final Resolution.
Sign me up, I'll be there.
So many of the TNA fans and the Hulkamaniacs, they say, you know, we're so tired of this business. It's boring. It's not like it used to be. We want to see it get back on track, the fast pace, the excitement, the drama. Well, you know something? We're going to change that because now all the Hulkamaniacs and the TNA fans, they bonded as one. They're TNA Hulkamaniacs. And this is the time, because instead of the same old thing, only one choice, we're going to give you a choice, believe me. Not only for the fans, but for the talent. We're going to flip this business upside down, and I guarantee you, it's not going to be boring anymore, because Hulk Hogan has a bunch of surprises for all the TNA fans, all the Hulkamaniacs, and now that we're all as one, let's get ready to rock the house, brothers.
Robert Roode of Beer Money Incorporated, you're about to face Bobby Lashley in the Holiday Classic Finals, but you have had a busy night. I mean, you've been...
Yeah, I've had a busy night, Lauren, but so has Bobby Lashley. Bobby, I have nothing but respect for you. But let's face it, this is where we're going to separate the men from the boys. And being the only tag team wrestler being represented in this tournament, I'm not only going out there for myself, but I'm going out there for my partner as well. British Invasion, you've been dodging us. You know that Beer Money Incorporated is the greatest tag team on the planet, and you've played every trick in the game to avoid us. Well, tonight, Bobby Lashley, when I beat you in the middle of the ring, it's going to give Beer Money another opportunity to take back what's rightfully ours, the TNA World Tag Team titles. Lashley, bring your best, because in a matter of moments, you will find out that it pays to be rude.
It was the announcement that sent shockwaves through professional wrestling.
Hulk Hogan has partnered with TNA and Dixie Carter.
A partnership between TNA and the man that revolutionized professional wrestling, Hulk Hogan.
TNA is the place to be. That's why I made the move.
But questions remain.
Now is our time to take this to another level.
How will this new partnership affect the course of TNA wrestling?
The wrestling business is about to be flipped upside down.
What is TNA President Dixie Carter's next step?
I can assure you that we'll have more changes in the coming weeks and the coming months as well.
Find out next week in an exclusive interview when Dixie Carter answers all the burning questions on everyone's minds.
Well, how big is this? This exclusive interview next week with our boss, the TNA President Dixie Carter. Oh, man, I cannot wait to see this, Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the updated brackets. This is the road that we took to the final two in the TCS Tournament Championship time. Who gets the title shot?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final match of the TNA Championship Series. It is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. Introducing first, representing Beer Money Incorporated, Robert Roode.
We saw it graphically on the tournament bracket. Let's go back, let's review the video of how Robert Roode made it to the finals.
Oh yeah, first Homicide fell victim to an impressive spine buster, an impressive outing by Homicide, but Robert Roode advanced there. And then Desmond Wolfe came out and more or less distracted Kurt Angle, making Angle's life a living hell. Angle gets counted out. Robert Roode advances. And that was, by the way, an excellent match between Angle and Roode.
His opponent accompanied to the ring by his wife, Crystal, from Colorado Springs, Colorado. The boss, Bobby Lashley.
Here we go. TCS Finals time. The boss, Bobby Lashley, gunning for a shot at the World Championship. Let's go back. Let's take another look at the path that the boss, Bobby Lashley, took to make it to the TCS Finals.
Well, we kicked off this Thanksgiving evening with this special tournament with Abyss versus Lashley, and Abyss inadvertently, accidentally hitting Crystal in the face, Bobby Lashley's wife, and then Lashley taking advantage. Spear into this Dragon Sleeper. Miraculously, Crystal's ankle got better.
Then Desmond Wolfe was disqualified in the second round semifinal matchup, and that enables the boss Bobby Lashley to move to the finals. Showdown time. Lashley and Rude. Title shot goes to the winner, and again, the TCS format, it's all about the division that you normally compete in. Lashley fighting for a shot at the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Robert Roode gunning for an opportunity for he and James Storm, Beer Money Incorporated, to fight the TNA World Tag Team Champions, the British Invasion.
And one would have to assume that AJ Styles, the TNA World Champion, and British Invasion, the TNA Tag Team Champions, would have to be watching this matchup to see who would be number one contender in their respective titles.
Oh, I'm sure they are very interested observers as we watch this. Beautiful technical wrestling with the go behind.
Whoa, go for the dragon.
Wow, in the opening minute of the match, Bobby Lashley trying to use the Dragon Sleeper that he used on Abyss earlier to move on into round number 2. And Rude able to make it to the ropes to get the break.
Well, I like that thought process by Bobby Lashley. And, you know, earlier, a little while ago, when we saw Bobby walking out here with Crystal, we noticed that Bobby kind of was in a little pain with his arm, and I got to figure that's from Desmond Wolfe and that offense that Wolfe put on Lashley's arm. You agree with that, Mike? You agree, right?
I'm with you.
You're with me.
100%.
You're with me. You're with me.
Lashley able to power out of that side headlock and come springing off the ropes. Leapfrog, and Rude comes right at him.
Speaking of leapfrogs.
Just amazing athletic ability. Leapfrog by Lashley. Boss takes down Rude with the back elbow. Mid-ring, big-time slam.
Mike, when was the last time we saw an athlete the size of Bobby Lashley just with the athletic ability? Wait.
Just like this move right here. As we saw Lashley coming off the ropes, he looked down, he noticed that Rude was in a different place, and he was able to improvise, adapt on the way, and now he's got Rude up on his shoulders.
Again, to your point, improvising again. But wait, look at Rude, nice counter.
Able to shoot him off. Oh, and snap on that arm. This is what you talked about earlier. That's the arm that he was favoring on his entrance. Rude tries to follow with a pin. No, don't go anywhere. Finals will continue. Who's going to get the title shot, Lashley or Rude? And we are back on Impact. This is the main event. This is the tournament finals, the Holiday Classic known as the TCS, the TNA Championship Series. And this is what went down during the break in our matchup involving Bobby Lashley and Robert Roode.
Yeah, Robert Roode was all over Bobby Lashley throughout the commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Roode in complete control of Lashley.
And we see him set Lashley up in the corner, and the reaction of wife Crystal as he connects with the knife-edge chop to the chest of the boss. And now the strategy, pretty obvious right here, working on the arm of Bobby Lashley, that arm that was injured earlier tonight.
And you can't blame Robert Roode for that. I mean, Desmond Wolfe started this earlier during this tournament on Bobby Lashley's arm, and you can't blame Roode for trying to capitalize on what Desmond Wolfe did. And here it is, a nice into the Fujiwara armbar. Tremendous technique by Robert Roode.
And it was the perfect counter as Lashley came charging out of the corner with what was probably a clothesline attempt.
I would assume so. I mean, Bobby might be a little desperate. That's why I went for that clothesline. Roode one step ahead of him.
If you want to be in the loop when it comes to everything TNA, we invite you to follow TNA Wrestling President Dixie Carter on Twitter. Sign up now, and wow, the boss able to extend that leg and get the rope break.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley very smart to realize where he was in the ring to get Roode to break that very tight, nasty Fujiwara armbar, which is a very painful hold.
Talked about Dixie Carter. I can't wait for that exclusive interview next week. Going to ask all the tough questions when it comes to this partnership between Hulk Hogan, TNA, and TNA President Dixie Carter. We'll have that for you next week on Impact.
Can't wait for that. Now, can Bobby Lashley mount some sort of a comeback here to stop Robert Roode?
Two men fighting for championship shots in the division that they normally compete in. It's Robert Roode fighting for a tag title shot.
Whoa.
Bobby Lashley with that big full Nelson slam, fighting for a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship.
Can Bobby capitalize, Mike? That's the question. Looks like he might be able to.
Running clotheslines, series of them for Rude. Quickly shot off into the ropes.
Oh!
That's power. Pure, raw power.
Got him.
Leg hook. No!
Bobby Lashley 1 second away from being the #1 contender for AJ Styles Heavyweight Championship.
On the verge of victory was the boss, but Rude still got something left in the tank.
Maybe. Look at this. Rude's in a bad spot.
But watch him fight off up from the shoulders of Lashley. Oh, my! Able to extend that arm, drop him straight down, pin, and another near fall.
Very, very smart by Rude to go right back to the arm and try and get a pin on Lashley.
It has been the story of this tournament finals match. It's been, in essence, the equalizer.
Whoa, whoa.
Lashley fights off Rude, got him up on his shoulders again, and just dumps him overhead with a back body drop.
It's so hard, Mike, to counter the power, the substantial power of Bobby Lashley. Here we go! Oh!
Maybe further damage to the arm and shoulder as he crashed into the corner.
Got him! Fisherman suplex. Oh!
Payoff suplex? No, there's no payoff for Rude.
Yeah, no payoff at all. Call it a payoff suplex, call it a fisherman suplex. Tremendous technique by Rude on that throw.
Frustration setting in. Rude questions the count of referee Earl Hebner, who tells him no, just 2. Quick reversal as Rude shot off into the corner. He's able to get the boot up just when Lashley came at him. Gonna try and snap it in.
Missed it.
He saw that move earlier tonight. Did the boss Bobby Lashley?
Yeah, on Kurt Angle.
Yep, this time able to avoid it. Spear out of the corner. Leg hook, shoulders down, 3 count.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the TNA Championship Series, the boss, Bobby Lashley.
Huge moment right here, ladies and gentlemen, on Thanksgiving night. Bobby Lashley becomes the #1 contender for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Post-match celebration with wife Crystal Lashley. There it is. There's the winner of the Holiday Classic known as the TCS. It's the boss, Bobby Lashley. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.